if you follow what you really love to do, it's fantastic. You just get a great life. For the last 8 years now, I've been living my passion, just going what I like to do. And it's brought me to amazing places. It's made me do things that I never dreamed of doing. Maarten, I'm a PhD student with the Fish Ecology lab behind us. And I work on rare fish species in Indonesia. So I've always been passionate about the ocean. I've always been very interested in biology in general. And then when I started working as a dive instructor, I found out that it's more than just fish and more than just coral. You have these creatures that hardly look like fish or that look like anything you've ever seen before. And they're just there. They're actually relatively common probably, but we don't know anything about it. It's evolution at its finest. And I don't know why, I'm fascinated by the weird things, by the things that look ugly at the start, or they're just really hard to find, or they're really, really small. And there's so many questions out there and nobody knows the answer. And that kind of got me going. So currently what I'm trying to do is look at these species, these weird little critters that are important for dive industry and local communities. So a lot of these places are not really known for coral reef diving, but they still support a big dive industry. In Darwin in Philippines, I was just there, I found out there's about 1,000 people employed in dive industry in a town of 25,000 people, which are usually fishermen. So that's a good aspect to see how important this dive industry can be. If you have people diving and paying lots of money to the local community to see frogfish or flamboyant cuttlefish, people won't go fishing and instead they actually earn more money in a more sustainable way. So part of the project is to put a value, an economic value on this dive industry, and that way on the creatures, to see how much they're worth, to then be able to protect them better. Because it's certainly in developing countries, it's always relevant if you can tell the government this industry is worth X million dollars, so you should really protect it because it's providing jobs and money for your people and in a sustainable way, whereas otherwise you'd have fish it out, and after 20, 30 years it's all gone and there's no more jobs and your community stays poor. I want to increase interest in these special critters I'm looking at, both for scientific research but also very much for conservation. So because there's so little known, there's not so much research about it. So if by doing what I'm doing I can create more interest so people actually do more research on it, so that kind of gets me motivated. But the other hand is also getting more conservation, because at the moment there's a fair bit of conservation going on coral reefs, but nobody's protecting these black sand areas or the species that live on those areas. So if by the project I could protect these species better, work together with local governments to set up protected areas that will guarantee that the species will stay there, and that way guarantee an income for local livelihoods, that would be fantastic.